coming back and closing the gap.
Big time.
On AC Milan.
AS Roma, look, you can see in third place, gaining some ground on Dornbos in second. And if anything, Beijing losing ground on this leading three, but definitely the man on the moment, on the move, Frank Pereira.
And the Corinthians with Pizzonia as well, coming back. Antonio Pizzonia being used of Formula 1 length races. He's very strong all through the race, very consistent. That's experience.
And you get a feeling that with someone like Pizzonia, it's a real opportunity, this Super League formula, because his career has ebbed and flowed. He's had some real highlights, and like a lot of you drivers, he's not necessarily made the most of it at the best time. He's had opportunities, and I'm sure many of you are jealous of his opportunities, but now he's looking to rebuild that career.
Yeah, it's true, and Super League formula is a perfect spot for him at the right time. So, and there you go, he's showing well, he's doing well.
He's from the north of Brazil, came down to Sao Paulo, and was straight into karts. And as soon as he got into karts, he started to make a name for himself. At the moment in this race, Liverpool are making their name felt. They lead. Roma are the team on the move, though, with Frank Pereira in third position. Pit window now closed, but everybody has done their mandatory pit. Liverpool gingerly through the turn where the gravel is, and no question about it, Roma are gaining.
And it's getting tighter and tighter within the first 5 cars, because the Corinthians is actually the quickest of the 5 cars in front of him, lapping 1 second quicker than Liverpool on the last lap, 1.5 seconds quicker than Milan. So it's
Corinthians in 5th place. You can see 5.3 seconds off the lead, but going very quick indeed. Coming into your shot right now.
Yeah, it's going to be really tight. The first 10 minutes are going to be a great fight.
Up the hill and out of 13 goes Liverpool.
It's amazing. All the cars are back together.
You see the bumps when you get real close, just how they're bouncing up and down. It's going to be a very physical race, isn't it?
It is very physical indeed. It is the most physical track of the year, especially because this particularly hard last corner.
Here they come then, another lap completed. Liverpool's gap, let's take a look at it. 1.6 seconds. Roma, 2.8 seconds off the lead. Through go Beijing. Corinthians are the team on the move at the moment. Porto's still in the top 6, but they wanted a podium. There they are. Flames flying out of the back of the FC Porto car.
There is less than a second within the first 5 cars.
Love this corner, flat out through there, down the hill, back on the brakes, down through the gears, into second gear now for Gomendi. Back on the power, but only for a moment, into the sunshine. Little bit of oversteer, back on the brakes again into the left-hander, trying to avoid the gravel on the exit of there. There you go, you see it. Back on the power early, down the back straight up to 270, jinking left and right through there, flat out. Corinthians definitely on the move.
Yes.
Corinthians are going to have a go at Beijing before the end of this race, isn't it? They've got 11 minutes to do it.
Yes, and Porto is going to be a bit of an opportunist on what's going to happen in front of him.
Yeah.
And
caught all in tears, couldn't it?
Yes, exactly. I mean, you can see just now how close Corinthians is from Beijing. I'm sure Beijing is never going to give up on his place easily. So doing it for the championship.
10 minutes to go and Liverpool on for a great win here. Adrian Baez has not put a foot wrong. Looking very good indeed. He crosses the line again. His last lap a 1:28.9, and that's almost identical to AC Milan. Robert Dornbos crosses the line in second place. 1.6 seconds adrift, but Corinthians are the team we're watching. They've got the green and white of Beijing Guan in front of them.
Good lap from FC Porto as well, 1:28.7, which is quicker than the 3-4 first cars in front of him. And he's going to join the fight with the Corinthians and Beijing.
Yeah, no doubt about it. If you're a Tottenham fan, they're down in 16th place. The two teams out, Dortmund and Basel, out in the first lap. Nothing to do with Basel, it's all to do with Dortmund and Enrico Tocacello. Alain not having a great run either. Paul Meyer, pole position last time out, but all the way down in 15th place. It's going to be interesting to find out what's happened to them. Having a look at Atletico now. Atletico Madrid in 7th place at the moment. Getting a little bit of oversteer there on the exit. Liverpool back again with them.
in the chicane, followed by AC Milan.
Bit slow out of there, wasn't he?
Yeah, but the thing is, the tires are going away, temperature is rising. Even though if the lap times seem quite consistent, I think they start to struggle with the cars. And with the physical aspect of driving the car as well, because they might get short of oxygen very soon.
Okay, I'm going to put you in Corinthians' car for a second. You're in 5th place, you're coming down the main straight, here you go. You need to be a lot closer to Beijing in order to have a go though, don't you?
Yes, you do. Yeah, you need to be right into the gearbox of the car in front of you, otherwise there's no chance you're going to make a move. As you can see, all the drivers are within tenths from each other, and it's very hard to make a move.
About 5 laps to go with about 8 minutes, and of course that extra lap after the 44 minutes.
As Atletico Madrid is doing quite a good job.
Atletico, of course, the latest member to the stable that is Superleague Formula, and they are currently at the bottom of the table.
You have a look at the lap times, it's amazingly close. It's 2/10 between the car 1 and car 2 AC Milan and Liverpool.
Really impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, same lap time for AS Roma, same lap time for Beijing, same lap time for Corinthians, and just the FC Porto being a little bit quicker.
Liverpool just got to hang on in there now in the closing stages. We're getting towards injury time, so to speak, and Corinthians could cause a little bit of a moment if they're not careful, and certainly Corinthians now winding themselves up out of the last turn. There you can see him in the background, and they're very close indeed.
Oh, he made a mistake.
He was just getting just close enough, wasn't he? He pushed too hard out of 15, and now he's got to do all the work again as they head out of the last corner. Through come the leaders. AS Roma's challenge has faded, and so too has Corinthians. That last lap of 129.4, and that's compared to 28.8 by Milan.
Yes, AC Milan did a 128.865 and AS Roma did a 128.865. Yes, a little mistake by Pizzonia. When you get that close, you get into the toe of the car in front of you, and basically you lose grip, you lose the front, and that's where he made a mistake. But luckily, he kept the car on the track.
Anderlecht going through. There's PSV Eindhoven. What has happened to them? Jalmar Berman not having a big day. Second in the league at the start of the day, and now all the way down the order, down in 10th place. 18 points, not what they needed from this race.
No, it's actually a little bit disappointing for them. He won one race, his first race in Nürburgring, showed a great pace. Just now, it's not really his weekend. He hasn't been showing very well since the beginning of the weekend, really.
Definitely trying to use all the track. He's under pressure from RSC Anderlecht and Craig Dolby. There's the gap, and that's how it would look. Liverpool moving up to 2nd place in the league ahead of Eindhoven. And that is interesting because, as we said, Adrian Bias really looking at that. The league table all important now as we come to the closing stages in the last 2 rounds. So Liverpool would move up the table into 2nd place, not unlike how they're going in the Premiership.
And there you have Olympiacos, for who it will be a disappointing result.
So this is a good run by Liverpool FC.
And they're waiting on each other to make a mistake.
Yeah,
no one seems to make a mistake. It's a good run from AC Milan as well. Very good job from Robin Dombos, who skipped it together.
Oh, and Porto talking of mistakes. Well, that's an own goal. Porto are out, and I'm not sure what happened there. Let's have a look on board. He just kept going.
He had a problem because he was very slow. He didn't do a mistake. There is an engine
That's a mechanical problem.
Yeah, there is a mechanical problem there.
So Porto have gone out. So FC Porto, the local team, Tristan Gomendy with high hopes, and Porto were in the top 6. In fact, led for a while, but now, as you can see, are on the bench.
Let's hope they will be able to fix the car for race 2.
We have 5 minutes left in this race, and the big news is that Tristan Gomendy, the local favourite, so to speak, is out. Liverpool FC, though, continue to make their way. Liverpool holding off Milan. Roma still 3rd. Last chance for Roma to have a go.
And there you go, Corinthians are
They've
in front.
gone past Beijing. Corinthians have made a place. The Brazilians are dancing. It's samba style because they've got past the Chinese. So Corinthians up to 4th place. Antonio Pizzonia showing his class but now making mistakes.